Hello miners and crafters, and welcome to episode 28 on the BoCraft server. I'm Boganbrump. I've got some exciting things for this episode, so stay tuned. Let's get into this. Alright, so as you can see, our villagers, I've been working on curing them, getting those trades down. Let's get up here. So this is what I've done sort of on stream. I needed to fly around, grab some chorus fruit because let's face it, that was a lot more entertaining than just AFKing. So as we continue, I've got these massive walls and these massive windows, so I was thinking these walls I can put sort of stuff that reminds me of BoCraft, I guess. Maybe paintings. I can have a look at putting some custom paintings on the BoCraft server and maybe some pictures of what people have built and stuff like that. And we'll see. We'll play around with the coding and see what we can do. These windows, I think, look absolutely amazing. I've got plenty of kelp coming in, so the next thing I think is the staircase before I build the top. So the plan for this episode is to build a bamboo farm over the top of the super smelter so I can have fuel coming continuously, and to build some sort of lighting where these are. There'll be sort of some chandeliers or something like that coming from the top space. So let's think of some ideas and I'll be right back. Maybe show a time lapse. We'll see how I go. Just another interesting fact, I was looking at my analytics and only less than 2% of you are not subscribed. Thanks for most of you for subscribing. If you are in that less than 2%, let's be awesome and hit that subscribe button. So what I've done here is I've just marked out where I want the stairs to be. Just getting it right. Then once I've got it right, I'm going to place a few stairs there. Now this is how wide I'm going to have it. I decided I want to make it a little bit longer, so I decided to put planks in front of the stairs. And then I realized that I need to build out a little bit just to make it more thick, so I can put a barrier around it. I don't want it to just be one sort of log. I don't want it to just be one thing. So let's build that up. Here we go, and we're getting close to the top. I think this is the last layer. And as you can see, I've bordered it with acacia logs. Sort of not a obvious border, but just a slight difference. So then I've just used acacia logs to give it some sort of structure, and end rods going through the middle to give it some lighting, as well as make some sort of centerpiece thing in the middle. Now I just put some stairs around the bottom and around the top to make it look like it's more solid, because really you need something strong holding this up. You wouldn't want something just the logs. After I do this, I start to think about what else. It looks very empty. It looks like it's up in the air. So I start to think about what else I'm going to do. And I want some sort of solid block, but I don't know what sort. So I decided maybe acacia logs? They looked okay. I wanted to use acacia, but I thought stripped acacia might look better. So after I lay them down, I strip them. And I make sort of the inside outline, I guess. Fill them in, strip those, and do the same. Finish off with a few end rods. Finish off the inside of those walls. And that'll be our staircase nearly complete. And there we have it, miners and crafters. So I've sort of got an idea for the stairs. What I've done is I've tried to sort of mirror it over this way. It was a little bit derpy, but I'm not a great builder. Gave it a go, which is what I'm doing on the BoCraft server. I'm challenging myself, trying to make better builds and stuff like that. So what I also thought was, it looks a bit boring, so it needs something to make it look old or something like that. So then I remembered our vine farm in the overworld. So I thought some vines sort of hanging off the edge. Maybe like in this section where you like walk through, I can put string and stop it from growing down once it gets to a certain point. But we'll see how that turns out. Maybe I can put vines, hanging and coming down from all those. So let's go to the vine farm, get some vines and come back. Let's go. So what we're doing is we're going to extend this up around. We're going to sort of finish off at the top where I've done sort of the uneven trees. They're all going to be even. Well, not trees, the logs. You know what I mean. So let's get into that, and I will see you after I have done that. So here we are. This platform is taking me a little bit longer than what I thought, because I have to grind for all those vines. I get them as they grow there, rather than going into the overworld and traveling back and wasting rockets. I thought I'd just get them from here. Now I get like a couple of stacks at a time, and I go get the cobblestone, make them into bricks, and put this platform. But what we have is some great news. We have a platform for our bamboo farm. Now each row as such is going to be about 4 long, so I figured there'll be all, and then there'll be 3, so we'll do like 1, 2, 3, about 3 rows, and each one is going to be about 3 long, so we're going to probably have plenty of bamboo to fuel our supply our fuel. So I think I'll put down some rails because we're going to need a collection underneath, and I might put a comparator system or some sort of drop off there, and it will just keep on going around, go up, loop, basically a hopper minecart running all the way along here. And then we're going to have a bamboo farm on top. I'm going to build it pretty much like the sugarcane farm I did in my tutorial, so I'll put the link to that in the card up in the top corner if you want to check out a tutorial when you finish watching this video. So let's get into that. I'll do a time lapse of that and explain what I'm doing as I'm going. So the time lapse didn't work out exactly how I planned, but this is the finished product and I will explain how I did it. This drop off we're going to talk about in a little bit. So I needed it three spaces. Every third space I needed a block. So what I did, I placed all the traps first, made sure all of those had powers, and then I placed the dirt block on top of the rail, leaving a couple of gaps. One gap in between them, and went from there. Now you'll notice there's two gaps, one for the redstone, one for the glass. And then I had to fill it all in with glass. I used glass so I could see it. Doesn't matter which one, but it does matter about the light level. So we had to fill it in, and next I actually put the pistons down and then observers on top of them. Now the pistons are going to harvest it for us, just like in the sugarcane tutorial video that I have done. The observers are going to observe it. And then behind the pistons I put a block, any sort of solid block will do, and a piece of redstone dust above it so that redstone fart can come up and transfer straight through to the pistons. Then after that I filled up the edges with sea lanterns. This will not only allow a light level in the end, but it'll stop the bamboo going everywhere. So I finished that off. I went all the way down. Now the other ones I needed note blocks because there'd be a gap otherwise, so I used 2 note blocks instead of the observer, and then instead of the solid block and then the dust. Note blocks work fine, I found out. So this is working beautifully, chat. All the bamboo is coming through. After those kelp blocks are used up, the bamboo is going to start to come through. I do want to, however, just quickly, I'm going to pull her up here and I'm going to show you what I've done, because we had a few issues with our sorting system. So what happened was the comparator wouldn't read that there was an item in there, so what I had to do was somehow lock the bottom hopper. Now I wanted that to lock only if there was an item, if there was no items in the top. So this comparator is going over, there's a redstone torch under there feeding into that block, powering that. So there's a redstone torch that is powered, so I thought I could just take that down. So I took that power. Took that power down. My gosh. Let me get back up. And in typical Bogan style, if there is a 1 block gap, then I will fall in it. So what we will do now is get the right angle and come down. So I took it down and I wanted to reverse it, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to lock it in. So that torch, when that's on, locks the hopper, or locks the hopper just above it. One of them, either way. It's great, and it stops it feeding down there. So it gives it enough time, and it works wonderfully. Let's get all these down, and we will go through our plans for the rest of the build. So the first thing I'm going to do is make this look pretty. I'm going to maybe make it like out, like sort of like a pyramid sort of thing, if that makes sense. Grab these and also finish off all this. Now this is really grindy because I have to wait till these grow, do them, go down to the cobble, get more cobble or stone, smelt it or whatever, and then finish it off. So I think I'm going to do that off camera. Next time I do plan on having like maybe like straight up like that and then out a bit. Might make it look sort of like the base of a pyramid or some sort of temple or something. Maybe I can make that look like a temple. And over here I'm going to make sort of like a grass area, I think, like above the temple. I'm not sure. I'll keep that out there, and we've got sort of like this room and stuff. So maybe I can, seems this is going to be for everybody, maybe I can make sort of like spaces that people can keep their gear when they're in the end, or whatever they want to do. I'm sure there'll be maybe some farms or something that we've got planned on our list. So we're going to do that, and after that we're going to extend it out with the glass, and this is where we're going to start making the rings. So let's get our rockets. We'll have a fly over here and I will show you. So our rings are going to come out about this level. It's tall enough. So all this is going to be under. You're going to see this up the top, and then maybe in the middle have some sort of beacon going up. I'm not sure, maybe like a tower sort of way, grind away at our wither skull farm that we made earlier on in the episodes. I'll put the link to that card in the video right here. So I think that's it for this episode. Until next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and those bell notifications. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like so we can help beat the algorithm. Until next time, have fun mining, crafting and exploring. Bye bye.